going on?
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by at the channel. So, before we do anything today, I want to go ahead and say that this was a very hard decision on my part. But you guys probably saw those wheels and tires in the background in my garage somewhere. Some of you guys were asking questions about it. Those wheels and tires were actually the extra set that I was going to be using for the Cummins. That was the whole goal there. As a matter of fact, those were on the YBridge. The rims were. I went ahead and purchased brand new tires for them, 33 12.5 R20s, and slapped them on there, and we were going to put it on the Cummins once the truck was completely built. So I got to the point where we decided, the wife and I, we were kind of talking about it. I think it'd be really cool to give you guys the opportunity to win it, because my plans have sort of changed. I want to go chrome instead of black. And not only that, they were on the YBridge, which is really awesome.
Yeah, those are the rims that I pulled you in that tug of war with.
I lost traction. Well, I lost traction. Whatever. Anyways,
yeah.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be running a giveaway from now until March 10th, and then the first week, which is today, until February 17th. Everything on the website is 2 times entry. So every $1 that you spend on the website is 1 automatic entry. But guys, only for this 1 week, it's good for 2 entries. So if you guys are interested in winning them, go ahead and go in the description below. Click on that link, truckmasterdiesel.com. I actually made things a little less expensive too, so it's going to be easier for you guys to register to win this one. It'd be really cool to make someone's year with this one.
Yeah.
On top of that, I'd like to give back to the Wounded Warrior Project like we did with the Victory Max. So I'd like to give $1,000 to them. I decided it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
so,
well, and this will help also with the build that you have going on.
The Cummins build.
Right now,
yeah.
So 33 12.5 R20 tires. We got a 30-inch light bar and then a 4-piece LED rock light set.
This is only specific to Chevy, Dodge, and Ford as far as these bolt patterns go. So basically, your 2500 and your 3500 HD GMC and Silverado trucks do come with 2-inch wheel adapters if you need them, if the winner owns a Ford or a older Chevy, so basically your 01 to your 2010.
I would just love someone to win them that would never have the opportunity to be able to afford something like that. That would be really cool. So
very good point. Yeah, because they're not cheap. They're I think they're about $2,700 for the wheels and tires.
Yeah.
For the set. So, you know, it's going to be cool to get back to you guys. It's kind of where I'm getting at. But not only that, it's going to be able to provide more content for you guys if you guys enjoy the videos. So thank you so much for that. Also, a few other cool things. We're adding some cool little tiny mini giveaways in there as well. We have a 4-piece rock light set as well as a 30-inch McTuning light bar. It's going to look pretty cool on your vehicle. So a couple of mini giveaways in there in between. Again, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for your support. Also, use the coupon code TRUCKMASTER. It's going to save you 10%. So we're done talking about that. That's pretty awesome, and a little sad to see those go, but whatever.
Hopefully it goes to someone awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure
really
it will. You guys are awesome for watching the videos either way, so thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, here we go. Well, first of all, we have a pretty busy day. Mitchell's coming over, her brother, my brother-in-law, and he's actually going to be looking for the first time at all the parts that I pulled off of the engine. He owned that truck for many years, and he's done tons of burnouts. He's sort of abused that truck, but he's done good maintenance on it, but, you know, he put 2 turbos on that truck.
He had fun with it.
He had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to give him the opportunity to basically go through all the parts, except for the block, because that's already shipped off to Miller Engines in Pennsylvania. So I'm waiting on that. He just received the engine, by the way. Freight takes forever, man, just to ship that.
Yeah, that was a while.
$500 for me to ship that block.
Yikes.
Yeah, and what was the 660 pounds that block weighed?
Yeah, I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't too off.
You were not. Actually,
I said 500.
I think you were closer on that number.
What did you say?
I think I said
800.
800.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I said 800.
Oh, then I was closer.
Won.
How weird. I was like, I thought I was totally going to lose that.
So yeah, that's going to be in the video. So if you guys want to watch till the end, it's going to be pretty interesting to see his reaction. He's a diesel engineer, so he's really good and meticulous as far as looking through parts and seeing what kind of ways they wore.
He's
and
very
he's going to explain that. Yeah, sometimes I just can't follow him.
It's like, what'd you say? Speak English, please.
So one thing I forgot to mention, the shirts, the Duramax diesel shirt right here.
T-shirt.
Very limited supply. I only ordered
I have a long sleeve under it.
100 of them. Yeah, they're going to go quick. So Duramax diesel shirts, I think they're pretty sweet. They have a cool turbo on them. I really like them. They're actually one of my favorite. And then of course the Truckmaster diesel shirts. We have We the People shirts. We have some hoodies left. So make sure you guys check those out. So this is the cool part about this video. I want to explain this to you. You're gonna love this. So you know how when we build these trucks on the channel, we like to do things a little different than other people do it. Well, on the Cummins build, he's made fun of her brother because we always called it the dumpster Cummins when he owned it. My kids actually called it too.
No, they called it the coming apart.
Oh, the coming apart, yeah.
Is Uncle Mitch's truck coming apart? Because it had like the rust on it and stuff, and I don't know.
Well, it is a Dodge, so I mean, I'm not. Okay.
You gotta be neutral here.
Well, I am neutral, but Chevy trucks are built better than the second gens, so I think, in my opinion. After taking apart that Dodge, I was like, wow, I am so glad that I have Chevy trucks because the quality, as far as the frame goes, it's just bigger. I'm just going to shut up. We'll make a different video on that. I think the Cummins is a great engine, but that Dodge Ram, I'm not a big fan as far as
the body and
the way it was put together. It feels like I'm taking.
Well, you're just so used to a Duramax and Chevy.
Yeah, I'm used to it, but the parts, I mean, everything was 10 millimeter, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine. It keeps things simple, but when you got 10 millimeter bolts holding the torque converter on. Let me get to this because I always get off the rabbit trail. I'm really sorry about that. I apologize. Okay, so we called it the dumpster Cummins. Hey, the dumpster's here, and he didn't like it either. So it may or may not be the dumpster Cummins. We're still not sure on the name, but the fact of the matter is that we called it the dumpster Cummins. So I got a hold of a company, Pierce. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're in Texas. I was doing some research about making the bed of the truck. I'm not talking about a flat bed. This is an 8-foot box. Okay, I want to get a nice, clean, rust-free. You know, if you guys know of anybody who has one, please let me know because I'm looking for one. It's hard to find them that are nice and clean for these second gens. But basically, I want to make it dump
that
truck.
Name is
it's gonna be kind of like a dump truck, you know.
So the name is fitting, so we have to keep that name now.
It's gonna look sweet though, because you think about it, it's gonna be fully restored. It's gonna be twin turbo, built transmission. It's gonna have a dump bed on it, but the dump bed. Let me
give you an example, some pictures.
Yeah, we were looking at some stuff, but the dump bed actually dumps. And the reason for that is because I don't have a dump trailer. Even though it may kind of be a nice show truck, it's still a truck, and it would be kind of cool to dump wood in my yard with my truck. On top of that, it's an 8-foot bed.
That's going to be perfect. I love it. I think that's perfect. I mean, you're originally calling it already the dumpster Cummins.
Dumpster Cummins.
So I don't think Mitchell's going to be too thrilled about the name, but...
It's my truck.
I know, but it's perfect. I mean, the truck's gonna dump, and it's
the dumpster. All right, guys. Hey, let's do this. Go ahead and get to Mitchell getting here to the garage. He's gonna look at the parts. I'm not gonna even tell him about what we were talking about today. That's irrelevant.
Get his reaction.
Nah, I'll just have a look at the parts. We'll talk to him in a different video. Okay. But watch the rest and then stay tuned till the end. Let's just go ahead and get him over here. So you got yourself a fancy new upgrade, huh?
Oh yeah, got ourselves a billet 6-blade S467.7.
So guys, if you're just stopping by, I've explained this a few times, but this is a 2006 5.9 liter common rail, and common rail is the way to go with these Cummins in my opinion. You know, I have the 24 valve. We have some plans for it. Of course, we're not going to go common rail on it because let's be honest, I'm going to get a motor like this or get a 6.7 to do something like that. But wow, look at that charger. That thing is huge.
Yeah, it's nice.
So what exactly is it?
It's a Borg Warner 67.7, 6-blade billet wheel, 67.7 83 T4 .90 on the AR on the exhaust side.
How exactly do you remember all this stuff?
It's just muscle. It's just natural. You just know.
Well, I guess when you're into it, you know,
yeah.
Just like the Duramaxes, there's so much stuff that I know in my brain. It's just sickening sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the difference between this and what you had before?
Well, the last turbo I had was a 66 millimeter wheel, where this is a 67.7, so it's a larger wheel. The last wheel was a 7-blade wheel. This is a 6-blade wheel, and it's a lot lighter and it spools up quicker.
What color are you going on the compressor housing?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Probably just going to match it to the intake horn.
Leave in the comments below, guys, what color should he go? I said Fusion Violet Pink, but you know, you could see there's another fueler right here. So dual fuelers, and then of course a built trans. And then what size injectors do you have in this thing?
This has got 45% over S&S injectors.
Nice.
Yep.
So she's probably pushing around 800 with this turbo.
Well, with the 45% overs, I'm definitely on the small side on the injector, but at about, I don't know, I would say anywhere around 2800 microseconds on a max effort tune, it'd be right in that ballpark.
Probably
but that would be
780, 800 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what that would be maxing out those fuel injectors.
And that poor transmission.
Oh, she'd be all right. If I would want sustainable 800 horse, I'd definitely want to step up to like 100% over.
Oh yeah.
That way you can decrease the pulse width. That way it's easier on your CP3s.
So what presents are you bringing me?
Mark, this is for you from me. This is out of a Ford 273F. So here you go. Yep. Casting the webbing for strength. Yeah, it definitely has a lot more webbing in it.
Where did you find this thing at?
Facebook Marketplace. Buddy of mine was selling it for like $50.
Really?
Yep. And one of the nice things about Ford is the Dodges have their front output is flanged, but on the back they just have a slip yoke. But Ford runs another flange. It's probably a little bit stronger, but yeah, you can have it.
Sweet.
It's electric shift.
Next time I go to Wisconsin, I'll give it to Kodiak truck.
There you go.
Maybe we could do a sweet video on it. Maybe we can open it and see what's going on in there, since you only paid $50 for it.
Right, yeah.
So who knows what's going on inside that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We have the previous owner in the garage looking at the Cummins parts that were all ripped out of the engine. And as you guys can see, I have it all over the place, but it's all an organized mess. I know where everything's at. So, you know. But anyways, what are your thoughts on the head gasket, actually?
I'm pretty surprised. I mean, I had, a pretty good size, a pretty averagely sized compound setup. A 6368 Borg Warner S300 over a cast wheel S475 T6, 96 millimeter on the exhaust side. And this is the engine gasket from 21 years ago when it was put together at the factory. And unless you guys see something that I don't see, let us know in the comments down below. But I'm not really seeing any signs of that this engine was eating coolant. I think it looks pretty darn good. Let's see what the trunnions look like on these rockers. A little, oh, duh. Look at that. No gall, no spalling.
No heat marks?
No, doesn't look like much heat marks.
That looks good.
Yeah, it does. It's the same one that's been in there for nice tight fit. It's not loose, not rocking. These fuel injectors I got from, it's actually funny that the day that this video is being recorded, I bought these injectors from Diesel Auto Power 9 years ago. Wow. Today.
Yeah, they're definitely due to be changed.
I mean, for being 9 years old, I mean, the bodies, they're not all carbon sooted up. I mean, there's no signs of heat. The tips look relatively clean.
They do look really clean.
Relatively to their age, for sure. I wouldn't hesitate to have these send these off to a company, have them re-tipped and flowed and put them back in the engine. The bodies look great. So
question of the day, what are we doing with the old head bolts?
Well, here's your
scrap.
Your infamous ARP 2000s. It really all depends on Josh. If he decides to firing the block in the head, then he's definitely going to want to go to a head bolt or a head stud that can apply a lot more clamp load than a 2000, because you want that clamp load for if you're firing a head and block surface. But if he was just going to go traditional gasket, I've seen guys reuse these, even though you shouldn't. But
dude, I was looking all over for that 10mm socket. I'm telling you, I would put my tools away, and I'm like, where did that stupid thing go?
Impressed Josh with the condition. Where's one of the pistons at?
Here's the bearings.
Oh, here's your connecting rod
rods.
bearings.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the only wear I found.
That's not a lot of wear.
It's nothing.
No, that is not a lot.
I mean, I would send that for an extra 200,000.
I mean, guys, in the comments, you see something I don't, but this engine had 228,000 miles, and it was a 1999. It'd never been apart. It had compounds on it. It made close to 600 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet.
And then all those burnouts.
Yeah, all those burnouts. Yeah,
Dyno poles.
Yeah, I was in college. I had fun with this truck. Wow, that's okay. So right here, you can see. I don't know what number this came out of, but you can definitely tell that it's doing its job. It's wearing, but these look. I've seen way worse than this. Wow.
So the other thing, other than just looking at the wear, I was considering reusing the valve cover itself.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking about maybe getting that sandblasted and
doing
something cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually not the valve cover that comes on the Dodge trucks. This is actually the engine that the valve cover that you would find in a Cummins industrial engine, like one that was in like a Bobcat or a generator set. Because it's got the Cummins 24 valve, on there. A lot of guys, they look for these valve covers because, the Dodge ones, it says Dodge Diesel Cummins somewhere on it. I forgot what they look like.
They're pretty sought after, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm really glad that all this turned out as well as it did.
Okay.
She's a little dark.
So, this one's a little rough right there. A little bit of wear.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to replace that one.
Mm. But I pulled all the pistons off the rods, and
So,
I didn't find any broken rings.
Again, 228,000 mile engine, never been apart. Your top ring lands in one piece. Oil ring looks good. No scuffing on the side of the skirt there. This one, so we'll use this one for example. You can see just a little bit of those up and down lines right there. But I've seen engines with 50,000 more miles than this that were a lot worse off. But that just shows you right here, maintenance on your vehicles, change your fuel filters, change your engine oil filter. Look at that side, look at that skirt, that piston.
I'd imagine the guys in the comments are going to ask you what kind of oil you actually use in that truck, because it really was, the engine itself is just immaculate.
Well, while I was in college, I ran the Rotella 1540. And then once I got out of college and I moved back up to Michigan, I switched to the Valvoline Cummins Blue. I believe they call it, is what I usually used. But man,
yeah, I'm pretty impressed, man.
Yeah, and even the I didn't have huge injectors, but they put out a lot of fuel. And if you look at the top of this piston, it's not burnt. I mean, it's not deformed anywhere, no rust spots.
We have all 6 pistons. Which one do you want? You can keep one. Memorabilia, man.
Oh yeah,
for the house.
Well,
you got to make a cool trophy out of it.
It was my first.
Actually, you can have 2. You can have 3. I don't care.
Split it 3 and 3.
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Well, I'll just pick these 3 right here.
Sure. Either way, they're gonna clean up nice. So what did that converter set you back?
This was, correct me if I'm wrong, but this Suncoast triple disc converter, I believe, was like a $1,100 option.
This is the old school one too.
Yep, suncoastconverters.com. Here's our billet input shaft. She looks cherry.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yep. No leaks around the pump.
That pump seal held up.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, this transmission was built 7 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure the goal with this one yet, guys. Stay tuned for me.
There's fluid. Oh, it's still red.
Definitely bear with me on the transmission. I'm probably gonna go with Garen's stuff. Unfortunately, I can't drain the oil in this thing. It's still in there because the alum. I don't know if I can't remember what size that is, but
Allen bolt.
It's completely like seized, rust, froze weld in there. It won't come out.
Best thing would be to do is tip the trans up on its nose. Now that we got the converter off,
and just
take the pan,
out.
just take the whole pan off.
Yeah. I'll do that in the backyard. I'm just
Yeah, it's gonna make a mess.
With approved drainage EPA standard.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, making sure that everything is environmentally protected. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's kind of funny that you're seeing your old truck in a million pieces all over the place. For as hard as you were at times on this transmission, and it's still looking good.
Yeah,
we haven't torn it apart, of course, but just visually inspecting the shaft, that's good.
No twisted spines or nothing, but you know.
The old Harbor Freight engine crane did phenomenal. It was screaming for life, but it actually worked really well. This I was surprised with, though. This 2-ton engine stand, it worked perfect.
So we were just looking at the head gasket a little bit ago, and I'm just now seeing the head for the first time, and the gasket just stayed on the head when you pulled it off. That's all.
It did its job.
Yeah, but if we look at all our valves, all of them look. I don't see anything jumping out at me.
I didn't either when I was looking at it. I didn't see any marks or anything serious.
Well, inside the holes are dry. Typically, if you have like a leaking valve seal, it'll be wet on the inside of these exhaust ports. Look at that, dry, dry, dry. Oh yeah. This guy didn't hold you up because you had the cab off. Yep.
Yeah, the fuel bolt here.
Yeah, this is part of the fuel return.
That thing scratched the inside of the cab.
Oh, did it?
Not the inside, but you know, like on the firewall.
Yep. Yep. She was a good engine. Looks like we could have beat her a little harder.
I'm glad you didn't. Thank you.
So did you tell him what the name was?
I did.
You told him the name of the truck?
I did actually.
You did?
Yeah,
What did
we
he say?
didn't get it on camera. I'm sorry.
Oh, I missed it. What did he say?
He thought it was cool. He actually thought it was cool.
He did?
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't liking the whole dumpster thing, but...
Yeah, I don't think he thinks it's cool.
I mean, guys, Chevys are cool. Dodges are cool. Fords are cool. Cummins is legendary. I think that they're great engines, but...
You could make a Duramax.
I'm not, like, bagging on a Dodge Ram or second gen. I don't think that they were put together well. That's my opinion. If you guys want to participate and possibly win these wheels and tires, as well as a few other cool things, pick up a shirt, pick up a hoodie, key tag, something like that on the website.
Stickers.
Everything right now is 2x entries. I never really do that. Not only that, we're going to go ahead and help a good cause, which is the Wounded Warrior Project. I myself am a Purple Heart recipient. I served in Afghanistan, Iraq, 15 years in the United States Army. So, you know, I got my hands, legs, arms. I'm all good to go. And I feel really blessed about that. I just think that it's really cool to give back to those that are, you know, really hurt. So
yeah, bless somebody with it.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think of the name. Are there haters in there?
Comments below. All right, guys, that is all the time that we have for today. Make sure you stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You guys can't miss an episode. We're just getting started. This is awesome. We'll see you on the next video.
Stay tuned.